Hey, I'm Daniel, and I am the CEO and founder of Site Assembly. And today we're going to talk about some very important tools that are available for business owners in order to grow their businesses online. If you're not doing this in 2024, you are losing out on potential clients, potential calls, potential website visits, whatever your goals are as a business, whether it's to get people in the door, to call you, to buy a product, to book a service, whatever it might be. Google's suite of web tools for businesses is perhaps the most important set of tools that any business owner can utilize for free, most of the time at least, and within certain degrees. And then at least that every business owner should be learning or having someone on their team who knows all about these tools, information out there, services, whatever Google makes available for businesses. And there's some reasons for that. Number one, and we're going to kind of go through this in this article without reading every line here, but again, it's extremely important to utilize Google's web tools for your business, and there are a few of them that we're going to mention in this article here that at least give you a solid foundation to start building upon learning. You can't learn everything at once. Don't want to be overwhelmed by all that information, but there really is an endless amount of tools and information that Google supplies and provides for free in open source APIs and other things in the more technical realm. But right now, we're going to talk about 7 highly effective ways to grow your business using specific Google web tools. So the first thing we're going to mention here is their location-based services. So what's happening here is Google is providing businesses a set of tools that they can use to share their location virtually, to provide information about their location. There's a number of different reasons why you would want to utilize these, the very simplest being so people can find you online. So Google Business Listings is pretty much the most basic stepping block, or the very first building block to owning your online presence when it comes to your Google listings, your search results, your profile, your business profile in Google, all of that. You're going to need to set up and or claim your business listing. So if you are a business owner and you have not yet activated your Google business listing or profile, you need to do that. And in this article that I'm going to share along with this video, you have the links directly to Google's tutorials, or at least startup pages, so that you can kind of get familiar with some of these things. So for instance, the first one here is how to add or claim your Google business profile. Again, the most important thing is going to be setting up or claiming your business listing. Your business, if you're a local business, your business might already be listed on there by default, because that's kind of what Google does over time, is gather that information and set up a Google business profile for you. Or somebody else from your team might have done that in the past and just left it vacant and you don't even know how to claim that. So there are ways to claim it if it already exists, or to get an all-new business profile up and running quickly. And again, that's to own your information. You can set things like your hours of operation if you're a physical location, your shipping radius, your phone number, your website, your photos, your videos. All of these things can be set up and optimized within your Google business listing. The second thing is Google Maps. So again, this kind of correlates with, a lot of these do. They correlate with one another, or they can be used in conjunction with one another as a kind of more, a more complete approach to using Google Business tools. So your Google Maps is going to come in handy in ways that maybe, for instance, on your website, you embed your Google Map. You've probably seen a lot of other people do this before. You embed your Google Map, and that way when people are on your website, they have a visual idea of where you're located. You might list your address, which is great for SEO, and you might have other location-specific information on your website that's useful or helpful, like, between the corner of this and that street. But People are visual. They want to see where you're located. Nothing's changed over the last few decades. I mean, maps are just interactive now. So people want to see a visualization of where your location, where your business is, or the service radius that you provide. It's a very quick way to do that on your website would be to embed a Google map. And that's the most important thing that we're kind of linking to here. Again, in this article, it goes straight to Google's tutorials on how to embed your Google map into your website. And that's going to be helpful for interaction, so people can see you visually before they know where to go. And you can even link out to like Google Maps directions, so that they just click a button on your website and it takes them over to open up whichever app might open up the Google Maps. So if they have on their mobile device, if they have the Google Maps open, then it'll open it up automatically. Either way, it gives them directions immediately within one click. So that's kind of another way to do that as well. Local rankings and on-site SEO. This is going to be important because you need to make sure that you're taking measures to improve your search rankings as a business. And this should be a daily or regular occurrence of you or someone on your team who is creating new content, who is publishing new content, whatever it might be, blog articles, new help articles, videos, whatever it might be. You need to be optimizing your on-site SEO. And this article is not meant to dive deep into how to do that. There are other articles on our website that you can locate, which I'll link below, that would be more specific and in greater length, kind of go into detail of how to improve your local rankings and your on-site SEO. But the most important thing is, since we're focusing on Google in this particular article, it's going to be claiming your Google business profile and optimizing your on-site content. That's going to be the baseline of everything you do moving forward when it comes to managing your website, optimizing your website and your Google business profile or your listing. So just below this number, this third number here, we have a link to, again, Google's tutorial on how to improve your local rankings. Now, virtual tours and video walkthroughs are a little bit outside of just Google, but I wanted to mention this because in one of the next points that we talk about, it is specific to creating videos. And I'll talk about why that's important in just a second. But this also kind of correlates, again, going back to location-based services, your virtual tours. So you can post videos on Google Video. You can post virtual tours, which is, I don't know if you've ever seen something like, a lot of realtors use this tool where it's not just a video walkthrough, which we talk about here as well, but it's a virtual tour, meaning people can kind of see all the intricate details of the interior or a specific premise that you are filming. A lot of museums use this tool. A lot of campuses, college campuses use this tool. Realtors use this tool. And it's really kind of like a room by room, hallway by hallway kind of click through of your premises, your location, whatever it is that you want to give a tour of. This is extremely useful for particular businesses. Again, restaurants who have a great ambiance that they want to show off, museums, universities, realtors, architects, interior designers. It doesn't matter what it is, the list can go on. You can find creative ways to give people these virtual tours of your premises, of your location. And this might be helpful for people who have not visited your location yet, but are interested in doing so, but just kind of want a little bit of an idea of what they should expect when they get there. A lot of pop-up art displays and things like that would be great, because it kind of gives users an alternative. So during COVID, a lot of virtual walkthroughs and virtual tour videos were very popular then because people weren't leaving their homes. So a lot of museums were creating virtual walkthroughs and exhibits that could be accessible. So just get creative with it. But if you are a physical location and part of what you are selling to your customer is the ambiance or the location or whatever might be actually accessible there on your premises, then I think a virtual tour video can go a long way. So this is, I keep saying virtual tour videos, but really I would break this down into two separate things. Virtual tours, which is a specific type of video or walkthrough technology that you can use, or video walkthroughs, which is quite literally you just shooting a video of your location or your premises and sharing that. Either way, very helpful. Next up, we're kind of breaking this down into like the artificial intelligence web tool, or utilizing Google's artificial intelligence suite. Again, this goes much beyond just kind of explaining that this tool is available or that these set of tools are available to you. But artificial intelligence, you've probably heard this said many, many times before, artificial intelligence is becoming ever more popular in terms of needing to learn to use it in ways that can be beneficial to your business. And the popular term or the popular service out there right now is ChatGPT. It's all the craze, but it is certainly by no means the only tool out there that can be useful for creating content, getting answers to questions, and so forth, using artificial intelligence. And this can also include automating tasks and doing things, like personal tasks, even business tasks, whatever makes your life easier, adding chatbots to your website so that you don't have to be, sitting there 24/7, or hiring somebody 24/7 to watch a chat line, or whatever it might be. Google offers these artificial intelligence or AI tools that you can learn and use fairly easily. Yes, it will take some time to get up and running with, but fairly easily, or hire somebody that knows it. That can be hugely beneficial for the integration and automation of your website. And again, we do link out to Google's AI tools, kind of like a help article that they provide, and a central line there so that you can start exploring ways to use their suite of AI tools. Next up, and this is kind of why I mentioned the video walkthroughs or the virtual tours before, kind of correlating with the below, and that is YouTube and video embeds. So YouTube is becoming its own search engine by itself. Obviously, Google knew what they were doing when they bought Google back in, I believe, 2006. They knew exactly what they were doing. People were using YouTube not just as a platform to share videos and become influencers, or just become characters, or whatever they wanted to share with the world, sharing information. A lot of academics used YouTube in the at the start to share information, and there are an unlimited number of ways to use YouTube these days. But the main thing you want to understand is that YouTube is itself a search engine. When people need answers to questions, a lot of the times they bypass Google and go right to YouTube. They have the YouTube app on their mobile device, or it's an accessible bookmark on their desktop, whatever it might be. They have YouTube right there, and it's accessible. They bypass Google. So in this case, we consider this a Google tool because YouTube is owned by Google, or more importantly, Alphabet. But YouTube is very much integrated into Google's user interface, and that's going to be useful for you because when you're posting videos tend to do so much better when it comes to conversion rates than any other visual or text-based ad or article or whatever you might be posting. Even if it is just an explainer video with no animations or no real editing or production value, it doesn't matter. People love videos. It says here, video visuals are processed at 60,000 times faster in the brain than text. And we link out to these sources as well for you, so you can kind of read up on that if you like. But having a video on your landing page makes it 53% more likely to show up on page 1 of Google. And that study was done by Forrester, a very reputable resource when it comes to collecting data and information and giving that information out. So Google's buyout here was by no means a mistake. They knew what they were doing. And there's some ways that you can utilize YouTube, and the most important thing here is going to be when you're posting videos to YouTube, it is of itself a search engine, very useful, but it is extremely integrated into Google's UI, which is another important thing. But the third point is that you can embed your videos directly on your website. And again, websites with videos perform better. but you're giving your users, your site visitors, your customers, clients, potential clients, whatever it might be, resources in various mediums. So if they want to watch the video, which most people will take the time to watch a video if it's available versus text, you're giving them video, you're giving them text, you might be giving them audio clips, whatever it might be, cross-posting, to different platforms and so forth. But there's some great ways that you can utilize YouTube in order to do this. So creating reviews of your products or services, that's pretty basic. Recording videos of client testimonials, that kind of goes hand in hand. Creating specialized video ads, so that's more of a production-based ad, like video ad that you might create and pay a production company to create for you. Post helpful vlogs and informational videos about your products or services. So it's not just reviewing and ratings, but it's also in-depth, vlogs or informational videos about your product or service. And if you're selling beignets on the corner of 4th and 8th, you're certainly not going to need to describe too much of your product. People know what a beignet is, but visuals are going to help that. Writing a text description about your beignets isn't necessarily going to help people visualize or kind of crave your food. And the same is with a lot of products. They may want to see how it works before they buy it, see how the service is, give them a little bit of a glimpse of your service or your product, and that would kind of go hand in hand. And then you've got your promoting your business, so really influencer type of videos that you can post to Instagram as well as YouTube. You can also post video introductions of your team members. It's becoming more popular now where it's not just a photo of a team member, but it's a short 15-second clip introduction of a team member, and posting those to your website or your other marketing mediums because it just feels more personal. Again, video tours is important as well, and never underestimate the power of a check-in. So on YouTube, you might be utilizing posting videos for your business in ways that are a little bit more constructive, but the check-in, the video check-in, and this can be helpful on YouTube just as much as it is on any other social media platform. And a check-in would just be a daily check-in. Hey guys, how's it going? It's beautiful here, or it's rainy here. Hope you guys are doing well where you're at. Here's some great promotions that we've got going on today. Just wanted to kind of keep you guys updated and check in. But if you have any questions about our products or services, please do let me know. And the list goes on. You get the point. Just a daily check-in of some sort. And the good thing about YouTube is you don't necessarily, nothing has to be permanent if you don't want it to be. Sometimes you post a daily check-in, or you can post a short video that you want to archive or remove from YouTube eventually, and that's fine too. Don't worry about the details, just get the videos up and figure out what to do from there. And last but not least, and this really brings everything together, Google Analytics. So if you're a business owner and you have a website, or even if you don't have a website, you've likely heard about Google Analytics. And really it's the central place that all of your data can be located if you know how to use it right. Really, to get up and running with Google Analytics, all you need to do is add a line of code. It's really a script or a script tag that you can add to the heading of your website files. So you would need a little bit of experience in editing code or HTML files, PHP files if you do it that way, or if you're running on WordPress or Shopify or another content management system. A lot of the times there are plugins to make this super easy. You don't need to be, you don't have to have technical know-how in order to to get it integrated, but overall it's very simple to get up and running with Google Analytics. And then what it does is it starts collecting information about your website, including your website's performance, including your website's accessibility, your on-site search engine rankings, your content. It's going to crawl your content and the hierarchy of your content, and it's going to analyze all of that information and display it in a dashboard for you, so it's very digestible. You can run reports, you can download reports, you can see dashboard visuals, and you can get more granular and set up custom events and other things as well, such as when somebody drops off at a checkout page, they put something in their cart, but then they leave and never buy it, or people are bouncing from your website without clicking other buttons or surfing your website. For instance, they may have Googled, local pizza shop in Brandon, Florida, and it gives them your website. They click on it, they go to it, but for one reason or another, they choose to leave your website before clicking a button or going to another page. That is called a bounce, and that is extremely valuable information when it comes to figuring out user behavior on your website. But outside of your website, it also shows you where traffic is coming from. It shows you if your efforts on social media are working, on YouTube are working, on your website are working. It collects it from a lot of these open source social media platforms on other platforms. It aggregates that information and data for you, and it displays it in an easily digestible way. The good news is that SiteAssembly offers kind of a more in-depth usability for Google Analytics, along with their performance tools, along with their SEO tools, and some other things that we've customized ourselves. So if you're a SiteAssembly customer and we built your website or manage your website or host your website, you have access to these tools through the SiteAssembly dashboard. And if you want a preview of that, I'm going to make a separate video of our new dashboard and how that can benefit you as a business owner as well. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up on this. I'm going to go ahead and share the link to this particular article that I've been referencing this whole time, along with this video, so that you can have this as a valuable resource. I'll also share the direct link to the page. And as usual, guys, thanks for watching.